Hello lettering friend, I'm Sarah from Ensign Insights, and in this video we're going to talk about lazy lettering. This was actually a requested video and it came from someone who's like me and maybe like you as well. You really want to letter, but you don't have time. And when you finally do have time to letter, it's like you're so exhausted. So here are 5 lazy lettering hacks for when you want to letter but you don't have time. Number 1, use only one set of pens in a journal. I've talked about this a lot before, but it really works. And here's a couple reasons why. First, do you struggle to choose colors for your lettering? It can kind of be tricky, right? And it may take a lot of time and energy that you don't have. If you're using only one set of pens, those are the colors that you're choosing from. And if you like a rainbow palette like me, you know those colors will go together because they're in the same set. The next reason why this works is because you can bring your notebook and pens with you wherever really easily. You can take them when you travel, or you can take them to the couch while you watch a show, or you can keep them on your nightstand and letter right before bed or first thing in the morning. You can use those small moments you have here and there instead of needing a big setup with just the right pens and supplies. Number 2, use an alphabet stencil. You can absolutely draw any font by hand. That's the whole point of hand lettering, right? But when you're short on time, using a stencil is great. I found this stencil at the dollar store and I love using it for a word that I want to stand out in my quote. In this quote, I drew this font by hand and it took me a really long time. That was great because I had the time to spend doing that, but we don't have that kind of time every day, right? So that's when you can use a stencil to help. It's also just nice to know what tools you have to help you. When you don't have the energy to letter, but you still want to letter, a stencil might be the thing to get you through that. Before we get to number 3, I want to remind you that if you are actually too tired, you should sleep. The point of lazy lettering is to almost trick yourself into practicing because it's what you need for self-care. If there are other things you need to do to take care of yourself, like sleep, you should do that first. I don't want you to feel any pressure to practice every day just so you'll one day have perfect lettering. That's not the point. I want you to feel excited about lettering right now, exactly where you are, as a way to have a creative outlet and be the thing you need to center yourself for the day. Number 3, have an easy basic font you can use over and over. There are so many styles you can use in hand lettering, and there's definitely a time to explore all of them, but do you have a go-to font? Mine is this chunky lettering style, and it's great. There aren't any connections, and so it makes spacing a little bit easier. I like to mix and match it with script style fonts. It's the ultimate lazy font because you basically just use your print handwriting and thicken the downstrokes. If you want to improve your print handwriting, I do have worksheets to help you practice this style. Number 4, keep your quote simple. You can letter a simple word and then decorate the background. I find it so relaxing to draw stripes, and it doesn't have to take a lot of time or thought. There's just something about pulling my pen along the paper and watching the color appear. When you're not feeling motivated to letter something long, just keep it simple and let it be imperfect. Focus more on how it's making you feel. It's better to take 5 minutes to create something simple than to wait until you have 2 hours to letter something elaborate. You don't have to spend 2 hours every day to improve your lettering. It may only take 5 minutes here and there, and that's really all you have, right? Those moments really add up. The more you letter, the more you'll learn, and you'll figure out the things you like and don't like. You don't have to create a masterpiece every time you letter. It's okay to letter something super simple. Number 5, keep track of all of your lettering things. By this, I mean your ideas, fonts you like, tutorials you're trying, things you're inspired by, pens you're loving, quotes you want to letter. The next time you have a free moment, but you have no idea what to letter, you can look through this list, your quote list, your idea list, and hopefully that will help you. You can keep track of it in a notebook or digitally, something like Notion. I have created a printable hand lettering planner that's going to be included in my new course, which is coming in a few weeks. It's called Intentional Lettering for Beginners. If you want to create hand lettering that feels like your best self and do it intentionally, I would love for you to join me. When you are intentional with your lettering, you can use it to relieve stress, overcome burnout, be your creative outlet or mindfulness practice, and that's what you're going to find in my new course. So I'll leave the details below for that. Thank you so much for watching. I just want to remind you that the way you create right now is exactly where you need to be. I'll see you next time.